Somehow tomorrow was fully out of the equation. The news said, they said, mother said, preacher said, president said, kings and fat emperors. And the pit filled in with horse shit while I fell asleep on the couch and I dreamed of a papier-mâché circus that was built on a small spinning disc and was talking to me, telling a tale about how it would infect the world, not with illness but with vulgarity. I woke, startled, and scratched my ass until it bled and fell on the soup and slop of the new day. Kyle pulled a ring from his nose and told me he shoved it up there to keep out the fakers and the phonies, to keep the worms from his brain. Everyone thought Kyle was fucked in the head until they started feeling all the same symptoms of rotworms drilling their brains and making them mush and mellow in idiot masses. They died eventually from a lack of mobility and reason, an illness that made their heart stop beating because it just didn't want to. Somehow tomorrow I would walk down to the bank and piss in the river and cough and say thank you to the river god that hid in the tangled roots on the other side. I know I would be tempted to dive in, but the river is still contaminated after all these years, and so I wouldn't fear that flesh-eating bacteria would take my legs, and right now, being able to run is your best commodity. Somehow tomorrow the bees won't sting anymore, but we will remember the pain and wish we could forget yesterday, knowing we could never forget yesterday, because if we forget yesterday, we won't make it until the next tomorrow. And so we rub our wounds with honey and oil and milk and uranium, and we hope to God that the pain means something after all. Somehow tomorrow we will love again, but it won't be like that one time, long ago when we were too young to know better. Somehow tomorrow he won't burn himself alive in the front yard or take too many pills or forget that he left the stove on, or forget to send his mother a card wishing her happy birthday, though she's been in the ground for 10 odd years. Somehow tomorrow that guy will be our friend, even though today I think he might be wanting to stick me in the side with a spear. Maybe the coin collectors aren't so bad even, if you get to know them and realize they are worried about their children and their retirement and their health care. I might be wrong. I might be naive. It is sad to think that hoping that the coin collectors aren't evil men is the stuff of children and fantasy. I want to walk in a world where it is safe to walk among people who look like humans, but don't act like the savages we have all come to know, me being one of them. Over across the other side of the world is a woman who remembers what it's like to forget the people you once knew and counted on. She puts her tears in a jar and has collected them for months on end. She pours it out and boils it on the stove top, knowing that in the months ahead, the only fresh water there will be to drink will be provided by her sadness and her loneliness. She cracks open a can of dog food. That was the last thing on the shelf at the store. Somehow tomorrow, sticks and stones and words especially won't hurt us, and we will certainly see past the end of our own nose. Somehow, tomorrow, we will assemble peacefully and even enjoy each other's company. The leaders will speak, and officials, and even the news folk, and we will smile and think what they said sounds great. And there won't be a lie among them, or a tale told for any reason but the giddiness we all feel for being alive today, and together, at last. There will be a rabble of comedians whose jokes are wistful and pure, and a group of singers who will strike up and sing. And we will join in, even though we don't know the words. Somehow they will come to us. And the sun will come up, and it will shine, and a new day will dawn. We will come out of our caves and our funk. We will look up at the skies and each other. We will look up and see that the sun is the eye of God, and we will finally know that we are here and alive, and the warm rays will fall down upon us, and a few things will make sense. A few things. Which will be enough. Those very few things, we will have enough, and we will know that we have enough, and so will our children and their children after. Somehow, that will come to be tomorrow. But for today, that's all I have to say.